Well, this is unfortunate, but I just realized that nothing I've recorded up until now is usable. So we're going to start again. This frame here is a homemade press that was given to me by a friend of mine. He made it back in the 70s when he was in high school, and he had a ram, a different ram in here, and a hand pump up on the top here. And it was like just crank it down, and that didn't work. The line was pinched, the ram was rusty, so all that's come out. So far we've done this, and we've got the ram mounted in there. We've machined those blocks there to pinch the ram in place. I've mounted a power pack on here because we figured that's just the easiest way to do it. Next thing I'm going to do here, we've also got a breather on there, is I'm going to plumb this on here. We're going to keep the quick connect off this hose on there so that there's a swivel because everything else is pipe thread. I have a piece machine for here. I'll show it to you. I split a nut and I welded it in here. So this will go on here like this. And there's going to be some big springs here. Do a couple of pieces of angle iron here and here with some threaded rod for adjustment. And yeah. Oops. This is going to be a shorter video than I originally planned. Anyways, the next thing I got to do is plumb this in so that I can get this ram down, because where it's sitting right now, the pieces of chain that I welded on that over there, they don't clear, so I can't thread it on to get everything into adjustment. So I got to do that next. And when I'm done that, I'll film some more. Okay, so this is all plumbed in now. We've got our hose on and the ram's down. I was able to thread on our return spring holder, which I think is going to work quite well. This is going to have to be a little steeper because I want them to come down a little bit of an angle like that. So I'm going to have to bend these or cut them and re-weld them. That's not a big deal. And then we're going to take these springs, and on the inside they'll be mounted something like that. So I don't know what kind of stroke we're going to get. I think maybe just over half of that cylinder, given the oil in here. If I wanted, I could thread this out and put a small tank up on top of here and move this breather onto the top of that tank if I wanted added capacity, but I'll probably never ever need to do that, nor will I have the energy or willpower to do it. So I'm going to put these springs on next, which means fabricating the brackets and welding up everything I need to weld. And then I think what we'll do is I'm going to put the deck on here, and I'm going to check to see how straight the cylinder is or how square it is with the deck. Because we don't want the cylinder like this, because when you're coming down pressing, you could cock it and snap it or bend the ram or something. So if it needs to go this way, or this way, or this way, I'll cut my tack welds and I'll maneuver it around and I'll retack it in position as needed. Alright, back to work. We are making more progress. I had to take the top off because I had forgotten to weld it. And I'm going to show you this, but I will preface it, I'm not a welder. I know my welds look bad, but we're just welding the top plate up here. Yeah, I know, they're not great. Some of them are downright terrible. But for this thing, it'll work just fine. That one, ran out of gas on that one, had to put another cylinder on the welder. But yeah, so doing all that, the springs are all set up. I put the cylinder back in once this is done. And I gotta drop the cylinder again, line everything up. Oh, and I was right, there was no oil in there. We were playing with air. So there's oil in there now, so it goes up and down a lot better. Obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna flip this over, finish welding the other side, and put it back in. That's it. It's all done. It's all painted. It's all put together, minus the 2 feet there that bolt onto the bottom. It goes up and down. I haven't turned this piece yet because I think I'm going to make like a sleeve that I can put different fittings on. That's not interesting. That'd be a whole nother video in itself. But it's all done, and there's still some air in there because I did change the hoses a bit. Yeah, it's coming down. Comes down, goes up. A little chunky going up there, but it is what it is. I ended up putting another set of quick connects on here that I picked up at Princess Auto. So this line can stay here on the press. I can disconnect that. I've got another hose, and that way I can take the power pack off, or the Porta Power here off, and use it with the attachments that came in the box with it. So this will serve 2 purposes, but it'll live here almost, well, 99.999% of the time I'll be here on the press. So I'm pretty happy. It turned out pretty well. How much does it press, you're asking? Until it breaks, I guess. Hopefully I don't have to press that hard. If it breaks, we'll find out. Anyways, that's it. It's done. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe.